G'day guys, this is Lord Tomo, and as you already know, the little blue star, Sonic the Hedgehog. And welcome to another Sonic the Hedgehog item toy review. For whatever reason, he has one of my socks on his head. No idea why, it's rather disgusting, but hey, we're going to put him aside and talk to him about that another time. The actual item about to review is one of my favorites, to be honest. Not the most favorite, but it's one of the ones I do have a massive liking to. And we'll talk a little bit about it, if I can get a good reflection here. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog minifigure collectible 6-pack. Now, as you can probably tell, there's obviously 6 characters. You all probably know what's inside it. The reason this is one of my favorites is simply because even if you're not a hardcore collector or you're a model collector or anything, or just a small fan, picking a set like this up is highly recommended, just simply because it captures all the retro parts of Sonic, and it's one of the figurines that are well detailed for its size and its obviously sculpture. Now, before we get to the actual packaging itself, I will need to explain a few details, of course. This is the first iteration of the packaging when it first came out. There have been other small iterations. There's been another iteration where they released individual packaging of each character, so you can pick the ones you want to get and the ones that you want to collect. You don't have to have the whole set. I chose to get the whole set, why not? So you can get, for example, a Metal Sonic, an Amy, or Supersonic, and leave the rest out. So there's that. So there have been individual packaging of that. There was also been another collector's pack as well, which is the 20th anniversary, if I do believe, which is exactly the same, only the packaging is different. It's predominantly black and blue, I do believe, and it's just got a 20th logo as well. There's absolutely no difference whatsoever through the actual figurines themselves. The only difference is the packaging of it. I'm not going to bother collecting. Well, maybe maybe down the track, I doubt it I will. So I'm not going to bother collecting it, most likely, since I already have the major figurines, and you know it is the original packaging from when it was first released. So why not, right? So the actual company itself that made this or manufactured this is a company that I highly endorse, and I wish everybody that supports it is First for Figures. The word first, the number 4, and the word figure. They do make various things. One of them is obviously Sonic the Hedgehog. They make resin statues, which they're a little pricey for those who don't have a fixed income or aren't too, you know, oh no, don't have enough. But they do make exceptional, and I mean the most beautiful resin statues I have ever seen in the Sonic universe. So I highly recommend you guys check that out. Check out the website if you have time. First for Figures. They do have pre-orders of various Sonic items. You know, want to pick one up. I've picked up a few already and pre-ordered a few already. They do also make other ones besides Sonic, like Legend of Zelda. But look, we'll get into that a whole different ball game, a little different. This was manufactured roughly 2000, and I do believe it was 2009. 2009, I think. Yeah, roughly 2009 to 2010. So there is that. It was more or less to coincide with the first resin statue they've released, but look, we'll go through that a little later. Anyway, we'll get straight to the actual item. We'll talk a little bit about the box, then go through the insides. It is predominantly blue, as you can probably already tell, and over here it's got the I guess backing of the Green Hill Zone, which, oh, not the backing, but the actual terrain. Obviously the title, Sonic the Hedgehog, and you have the various figurines. At the bottom it's just blank, nothing too special there. On the side is just once again Sonic the Hedgehog. It's got him with a mini 6-pack, which is pretty decent. Exactly the same. It's pretty interesting that he will have him on top of the actual city light. It's alright. At the very top you just have good old Sonic the Hedgehog running, and there's about 3 rings, and just standard packaging, that's it. At the back, as you can already tell from the side here, that's the actual company, First for Figures. Well, that's their logo. And at the back they just have obviously the figurines. It's various different poses, which is I do personally like. So as you can tell from the poses there, it's slightly different. Here it's always different. So you have Tails waving, Knuckle, Supersonic, Sonic the Hedgehog, Amy Rose, and good old Metal Sonic, the badass of the universe. So that's alright. So the overall packaging itself it's nothing too special. It's not that I'm not a big fan of it. It's just it is what it is. You know, it does its job. It's nothing too special. So me personally, I got this for the actual figurines themselves, which I love. So look, we'll get straight into the actual figurine themselves. We're just going to put this aside just to talk a little bit about the inside. There's absolutely nothing in the inside besides this little cardboard piece, which is pretty much predominantly blue, just to fill in the back. So nothing, I guess, crazy about that. But that's about it as far as the box goes. Now this is the actual item itself. I will obviously take it individually, show you of course each piece. It is connected to a two-parter piece, meaning it has two pieces that's held each item inside. It is pretty much engraved and sculpted for each item. So we're gonna open it up. It is held down by two sticky tapes, which isn't too fast. So I will show you each individual item just to go through them. We'll start from good old cute star Tails Malpra, also referred to as just Tails. Now I'm going to say this straight out of the bat. Each item is absolutely warp sculptured. There's absolutely no indiscrepancy with any of them. If at all, the indiscrepancy would be minor like nitpicking that I don't like. Well, it's not that I don't like, I'm just like, well, they could have done that, but you know what? I absolutely love that. So first and foremost, we'll get to the get it as close as possible. Tails Malpra, absolutely adorable. Like I said, the small nitpicking that I have, which you know, it's not bad, it's just my personal thing, is if you look at his dilated pupils, they just look a bit off. But other than that, it's absolutely superb. I love how they did his fringe, absolutely adorable. His pointy ears, his little chest. They absolutely got his shoes right. And if you look closely at his gloves, you can see a little small little blue coating around it, which I absolutely love the attention to details. Like I said, first figure is really impressive. They are attentive to details. At the back, you obviously have his tails, which is connected to his butt, and just more of the details. So that's the Tails Malpra one. Absolutely cute, adorable, highly recommended. The next one is one of my personal favorites. Like, I do like Sonic, but I got a thing for Knuckles. Like, he's pretty awesome. So here's the Knuckles one. So this one, they absolutely captured his eyes perfect. I do like it. I do like the little white crescent sort of mark on his chest. I always dig that. There's the gloves, obviously beautiful detail, very sculpted. At the back, you got the obviously more stuff on his head, which, like I said, they actually did his spikes properly, even to his tail, which is a little curved down there, which is awesome. His shoes obviously was sculptured and as well painted. Highly love it. Knuckles is my personal favorite mainly because he's got the badass attitude, plus he's got, you know, gloves, and obviously I do boxing, so you know I can relate. So that's the that's that one. This one isn't my favorite. I do personally like other ones more, but it's here. It's Supersonic. I don't know, his pose doesn't grab me as much as I would like to. It is there, it's like, oh wow, nice pose, but it doesn't go, I don't go crazy with it. I do, however, like the spikes. I know Jazzway did release a Supersonic with the spikes with the opposite direction, and I do have that, and that was a major turn off, because one of the things that made Supersonic, besides obviously his color and his attitude and just overall, is his spikes. So that's his spikes, which I absolutely love. That's his back spikes, and you got his little tail there, which is awesome. Once again, they captured the actual, you know, shoes and everything well. Don't have any complaints about this one, other than I'm not a big fan of the pose. Like that's more of a nitpicking than anything else. So his little belly, So we'll put this inside. The next one, I like this one just because with classic Sonic, you know how there's a whole debate between which is better, classic Sonic or modern Sonic. Me, I kind of like it. I actually like modern Sonic more, to be honest, but I love classic Sonic in the fact that he's so chubby. It's like, how does he gain so much speed with such, you know, chubbiness? Look at his little belly. So the small nitpicking that I have with this, if at all, is he's got too much white in his eyes. Kind of makes him look demonic, like he's vicious. But I don't know, it's alright. There's that. There's the back spike, there's his hands, there's his tail, obviously his gloves. You can tell, obviously, you know, these things are done by piece, by the legs and all that, but you know what, you can't expect too much. So I do like this one. It's absolutely adorable. Now there isn't much merchandise of this character, Amy Rose. I like to value her as highly collectible, in the sense that if you can find, I do have a few items of Amy Rose, to be honest. I'll probably review them later on down the track. But this is the good old classic Amy Rose from good old Sonic CD this year. She was infatuated with Sonic. Absolutely love this sculpt. The most adorable little face ever. She's got a little fringe, and she's got a little bow, and she's got little spikes, and she's even got a spike on her back. Aww. She has gloves, which is cute. She's got a cute little dress on, and obviously attention to details on the actual shoes themselves, which is alright. Me personally, I like classic Sonic more than modern. Classic Amy more than I do modern Amy. She's got more character, more personality, and the modern one doesn't really grab me for whatever reason. She's got attitude, don't get me wrong, but yeah. What I personally do like about this is the attention to detail to her little fringe there. So if you go on the side, it's so cute. And depending on who you speak to, the all-time favorite, Metal Sonic. Now, from the actual series, the entire series, probably my most favorite Metal Sonic will probably be the ones from Sonic Heroes. That was extremely badass. This one I do like, in terms of preference. I like that one more than Metal Sonic from the series. I don't know why, he just had a more cooler feel. This one's alright, you know. When I first watched the when I first watched the English version of the movie, which was actually 2 episodes in Japan, I actually was digging him. Was like, oh my god, this guy rocks. So we'll move him in. Metal Sonic, awesome straight out of the bat. There's absolutely no problems with this whatsoever. If anybody has problems out there, I'd love to hear it, but I don't. He's got these mean eyes, he's got his robotic red eyes. I got the exclusive first for figure statue for that. I will review that. That is even more badass than this, I tell you that much. He's got his arm painted there, such beautiful details to the sculpting of the, look at the fingers, just observe the fingers. His chest plate, his little chest which pumps out air to give him even more maximum speed. His shoes well detailed. His back, just observe his back. How awesome is that? I cannot praise this little figurine as much as possible. So that's the actual Metal Sonic. Absolutely love that figurine. So guys, this is the actual set. Once again, I do highly recommend, even if you just even if you're just a normal collector, just a Sonic fan. Hardcore collectors are obviously going to get this probably, but even if you're a normal fan, I highly recommend this, just to have this on your computer table, just to have this on the thing. It's one of the most coolest items ever. Highly recommend it. As I mentioned, it was manufactured by First for Figures. It is extremely common. It's slightly getting rare. I'll probably give it maybe a 1.5 stars out of 10. You can definitely pick this up. You are looking at the ballpark figure of $30. Not too expensive. Well, I think it's extremely well deserved. Extremely well deserved. I've never met anybody that had an issue. I never had an issue with the price. I was like, yep, bargain, paid. That's it. It's over. It's mine. So that was that in terms of the figurine itself. So yeah, 1.5 stars out of 10. It is common. I don't see this becoming rare anytime soon. But then again, you know, you don't obviously get items just for the rarity. Well, it depends on who you are. I got it simply because it captures all of them all in one. So guys, if you have any comments or any feedback or any questions, look, by all means let me know, and we'll obviously discuss that in a more intimate way. So anyway guys, sorry for the delay, but thanks for watching, and remember guys, speed on, and until next week.